Question 2 is coming from coordinate geometry, but in particular, we can see circles here. The circle with this equation here intersects y-axis at points A and B. Part A, find the y-coordinates of A and B, expressing your answers in terms of surds. Surds have gotten a square root in them. That means when you get the quadratic equation here, when you solve it, it is not actually going to be factorizable. So you can use completing squares, or you can use the quadratic formula, okay, like that. So what we are going to do, what do we know about y-axis? Because they said it intersects y-axis. So on y-axis, we know that x is equal to what? 0. Now substitute here. That means we shall have -3 squared, which will give us a +9. Not so? Then y minus 5 squared. If you want, you can even expand this one here. But I'm going to use the simplest solution here. So the next thing that we are going to have is to take this one, this other side. So 40 minus 9, we shall get 31. So meaning y minus 5 bracket squared, then shall be equal to 31. Then we take the square root on both sides. That means y minus 5 will be equal to plus or minus root of 31. So you need to put plus or minus whenever you take the square root. So meaning the y coordinates here are going to be, when you take this one this side, we shall have 5, then plus or minus the root of 31. That is that. Then part B, find the equation of the circle which has AB as its diameter. Now we need to find the radius, okay? We need to find the radius, and this radius is going to be a half of the length of the diameter, okay? But then the center of that circle is going to be on the midpoint of A and B, okay? So first of all, A, the x coordinate is 0 because it is intersecting the y-axis. One of the y coordinates is 5 plus root of 31. And then the other one for B, the x coordinate is 0, it is still on y-axis. And then the other y coordinate is 5 minus root of 31. Center of the circle is equal to the midpoint of that line, what? AB. So how do we get the midpoint? Average of the x coordinates, okay? Then average of the y coordinates. 5, then minus root of 31, then divide by 2. You can see that this one can disappear. Then 5 plus 5, that is 10, divided by 2. That one will give us a 5. So that means the center of the circle is 0, what? 5. Okay, now let's find the radius. I can find the radius using A and this center. I can use B and this center. Or I can use A and B, then after that I divide it by 2, okay? So suppose I use A and this center here. So the radius is going to be the square root. Change in x coordinates, we have 0 minus 0, then squared, then plus the change in y coordinates. So this one here minus this one here, we shall have 5 plus root of 31, then minus the 5. Then we can square this, okay? Now, of course, this one is going to disappear, and then we have a square root here. Now, when we square, again, that square will take away the square root. That means inside here, we are left with 31 only, again, under the square root, right? So meaning the final answer here is going to be root of 31. Then from there, since the equation of the circle is x minus A, okay, squared, then plus x minus b squared, which is equal to r squared. Then by substituting here, we shall get x minus, where AB is the center of that circle. So our A is a 0. This one here, okay, the 0, and then the B is this 5. So then plus, we have, by the way, this one here is y. Pardon me here. This one is y. So we shall have y, then minus 5 squared, which is equal to, radius is root of 31. That means when we square it, that square root is going to go away, and then the equation of the circle becomes x squared plus y minus 5 squared, then which is equal to 31. If you want, you can expand this one here and you give the equation of the circle in the expanded form, but that is wastage of time. You can leave it in this completed square format.